Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? This is Joseph Conlon here tonight with your NXT Takeover Vengeance Day review on Sunday, February 14th, 2020. Wow, man. I'm going to start off right on the bat. First thing I'm going to say tonight on the review, this was the most normal NXT Takeover show since the pandemic has started. And what do I mean by that? I meant the matches, all of the matches, besides maybe one, were a home run. All of the matches were home run matches tonight. There was a certain atmosphere that I haven't felt, and excitement that I haven't been feeling with these takeovers during the pandemic, or NXT TV in itself. I have not felt the excitement and the gratitude out of the NXT brand. And that has been since last WrestleMania. That has been ever since Charlotte Flair won the NXT Women's Championship from Rhea Ripley. Tonight, they had it all. Even without the takeover crowds, which is the one thing that NXT Takeover is missing. Besides that, they had everything on par, which you would expect for an NXT Takeover. An amazing main event. They gave you the cherry on top of the cake with Adam Cole super kicking Kyle O'Reilly in the face. That was your cherry on top of the cake. They gave you a really good opener in the Women's Dusty Cup. They gave you everything you wanted tonight. That NXT brand, they gave you everything you wanted out of your show tonight. This was, I'm going to go out there and say it, this was a perfect show tonight. I rarely call wrestling shows perfect anymore, but this was a perfect wrestling show tonight, and it is going to be very hard for another pay-per-view in the course of 2021 to top this show. It flew by. The 5-match formula, I love the 5-match formula for NXT. We get the show started at 7 o'clock. Boom, we are done by 9:30. I could get this review, and boom, I am done by 11 o'clock. I could chill out for the rest of the night. I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, before we dive into the show itself, can NXT carry this momentum into the weekly shows? Tonight, for the first time in a very long time, folks, in a very long time, I felt like I was watching NXT from 2018. I feel like I'm watching the 2018 version of NXT. And it feels so great. And if we can carry that momentum, if we can have that same mentality for the weekly shows, I feel like they're trying to get you like, oh, it's Wednesday night. NXT is on. Let's see. Like there's really nothing that eye-opening on Wednesday nights for NXT. But now you got it. With Adam Cole turning on the Undisputed Era, I guess you could say. Or the Undisputed Era is starting to implode. I'm not so sure. But, man, we got a lot to talk about tonight. This was an absolutely home run show by NXT tonight. So thank you guys for tuning into the review tonight. I hope you enjoyed NXT Takeover just as more as I did. Absolutely phenomenal show tonight. There's so many words you could describe to say this show. Phenomenal, fantastic, amazing, perfect. I'd say it was a perfect show tonight. Matter of fact, if I gave it a grade, I'm giving it an A+. I'm giving it an A+ grade for tonight's NXT Takeover Vengeance Day. So let's get into the show. We started off with the finals of the Women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic with Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai against Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon. This was a really good Women's Dusty Cup Finals. They gave you a really good start to the show. I thought Shotzi Blackheart, I thought she was a little sloppy tonight. Tonight was not one of her best nights, unfortunately, but you know, she had that move where she did the code red, like bouncing off the middle rope, and it looked a little bit sloppy. I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about, but I mean, she looked okay. She didn't look great tonight. Tonight was not her best night by any means. But Raquel Gonzalez, man, let's talk about how far Raquel Gonzalez has came into NXT. She was a woman that at this time last year at TakeOver Portland, I had no idea who she was. She was not that good to begin with. She was very green in the ring. She was not that eye-opening to me, I guess you could say. Now, you look at a year later, she is a game changer in the NXT Women's Division. She's almost an X Factor, you can say, in the NXT Women's Division. She is a force to be reckoned with in the NXT Women's Division. And they've built her up in a big way. You can tell. I said this on Thursday with Cameron. You could tell those guys in NXT, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Road Dogg, William Regal, you know, they clearly see something in Raquel. They see a lot in her. And I'm glad that she is getting the push that she deserves. And she's come a very far way. But these women, they went absolutely all out on this match. I don't remember the match move by move, but I do remember that Raquel Gonzalez hit she were fighting on the stage with Ember Moon, and Ember Moon got tossed off the stage. Then she gave Shotzi Blackheart the one-handed choke slam, and both Raquel and Dakota Kai pinned Shotzi Blackheart. They stocked on top of her, and they won the Women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. You had William Regal on the stage, Kai and Gonzalez hugging each other, and they are going on to challenge for the Women's Tag Team Championships whenever that happens. I think that should happen at WrestleMania. You know, give these two young ladies a big stage with Raquel and Dakota, and have them take the championships off of Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, because, you know, let's be honest here, okay? The main roster has done jack shit with the tag team titles. They haven't done anything but the tag team titles, and they are not prestigious at all. I mean, they are not prestigious. I actually think NXT can benefit more having the tag team titles down at their brand than the main roster can right now. Because if you have Dakota and Raquel win the tag team titles from Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax at WrestleMania, you're already going to have tag teams in that division, in the women's division, lined up for you, ready to go. Like, if Ember and Shotzi are going to be staying as a tag team, you can have them challenge for the tag team titles. You can have Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell in the way challenge for the tag team titles. You got Kaden Carter and Casey Catanzaro, who a lot of people, I think, really like that duo. There's some possibilities in NXT more than there is on the main roster. So I would capitalize on the momentum that Kai and Raquel have from winning the Women's Dusty Cup, and I would have them beat Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler, and take those championships down for NXT. I think it's better. I think that's the best way for the women's tag team titles to be right now, if you ask me. So this was a really good start to NXT TakeOver, and then they led you into Kishida versus Johnny Gargano for the North American title. Now you see all members of the Way having a little hype-up speech before Johnny goes out there. You had Candice LeRae, Austin Theory was there, Indy Hartwell was there, and they were all getting ready to go out, and then all you see is Dexter Lumis in the background put a towel over Austin Theory, and he kidnapped Austin Theory. Then they're on the stage, and Johnny realizes that Austin Theory's not there. He don't know where he went, so he tells Candice and Indy Hartwell to go find Austin Theory. I thought that would be coming into play in this match, and we would get interference. Did not happen. We had a clean match between Kushida and Johnny Gargano. I'm telling you, man, they gave you a technical, really good match. That was a great match that they had. I did pick Johnny to win. I did pick Johnny Gargano to win, but Kushida was on fire. Kushida hasn't lost a match in months going into this. It was the clean loss here tonight to Johnny Gargano. My question is, what's next for Kushida? Because you got to keep him relevant. You can't have him, just stay in the back like he has for months in 2019 and early 2020. He was just staying in the back, and he wasn't really noticeable, I guess you could say. So I do question if they picked the right winner in this match, but they were very technical in the beginning, slow pace. Kushida going after the left arm of Johnny Gargano is what they were playing up to on NXT. You had Kushida punting the left arm of Johnny Gargano. You had them fighting on the little stage area. They had their new stage where the entrance ramp, you just walk right up and you walk right into the ring. It's not like the old stage anymore. But very technical match, and at the end, Gargano hit the draping. He hit the DDT where he's on the outside. He jumps back in, hits the DDT. He hit that on the outside, and then he did the same thing on the inside, and then he pinned him. Johnny Gargano retained the NXT North American Championship. Great match. These two guys had a great match. A lot of people were calling it a dream match. I think it lived up to the hype for... Excuse me. I think it lived up to the hype for what it was getting. And now, I said it just a few moments ago. Where does Kushida go from here? What do you do with Kushida? Because after being on an undefeated run like he did, and feuding over the North American Championship with Johnny Gargano, you can't just have him be irrelevant and not have him in any storyline. You got to have him in something that is going to be good and relevant for him. So I don't know what's next for Kishida. But for Johnny Gargano, I think it's clear as day as to what's next for him. Austin Theory got kidnapped by Dexter Lumis. Dexter Lumis has been getting to Johnny the past couple weeks on NXT. I think Dexter Lumis, he's going to be next in line for the North American Championship, and he's going to beat Johnny Gargano, and he will become the new North American Champion. I don't really know how you guys feel about Dexter Lumis, but I want to try to get behind him, but it just feels like something is so off with him. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like we don't know what his gimmick is, like his gimmick just walking around kidnapping people and being a weirdo. I don't really know if I can get behind Dexter Lumis. But yeah, hopefully he'll change my mind in his build to his match for the North American Championship against Johnny Gargano, whether that happens on NXT TV or that happens at TakeOver, whenever the next TakeOver is. But Kushida, Johnny Gargano, great match. Johnny Gargano retained, and Johnny Wrestling, he absolutely showed up tonight. And then we had the finals of the men's Dusty Cup with the Grizzled Young Veterans and MSK. Whew. It's a toss-up between this match and the main event for my favorite match of the night. This match was absolutely defined everything that the old NXT was. Great in-ring storytelling, a babyface underdog team like MSK that you could get into. But I had the Grizzled Young Veterans winning this match, and I did not feel confident about that at all after what commentary said about, I think it was Nash Carter saying something with his dad and having a quote from his dad on his tattoo. When the match started, I had no confidence that the Grizzled Young Veterans were going to win, and they didn't win. They lost in the finals for a second year in a row, but after a tag team match like that, how can you complain? I don't know if I could complain that the Grizzled Young Veterans lost. Are they a great tag team? Absolutely. The Grizzled Young Veterans have been one of my favorite tag teams in a very long time, and they still are. They still are one of my favorite tag teams, and I hope because they lost that they're not going to disappear from NXT TV, because they're too good. They're just too good. But MSK, they had a great run in the tournament, and I'm like, they're not just going to have them go all the way to the finals and just lose. So they had to give them the win. Wes Lee, he was incredible in this match. Did a swanton over the what do you call it? The ring post to both James Drake and Zach Gibson. They did the whole Nash Carter, Wes Lee flip, and Nash Carter pushed Wes Lee, landing onto I think it was Zach Gibson. They are just so fun to watch, MSK, and they are. I don't know if it's too early to compare because they just got here, but they kind of remind me of the 2016 version of DIY. That they are just that underdog babyface tag team that you can get over with very easily. I think these guys, if we had a normal crowd right now, could you imagine how over MSK would be with the NXT universe, or the NXT audience? I think they would be insanely over. They are very charismatic guys, and they are both great wrestlers. I haven't heard any of them on the microphone yet, so I'm waiting for that. But they're just very, very charismatic. And I think this is a good tag team to rebuild the NXT tag team division around. Because the NXT tag team division in 2020 was horrible. Just look at the tag team champions. Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch have been the tag team champions for about 3 months now. Do you remember them defending the tag team titles? I don't. So, I think MSK should absolutely take the titles off of Lorcan and Danny Burch. And then you rebuild the NXT tag team division like it was 3 years ago in 2018, 2017. You rebuild that with MSK, and you have tag teams in there like the Grizzled Young Veterans, Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, Legado del Fantasma, Lucha House Party. What are they doing on Monday Night Raw? Does Vince care about them on Monday Night Raw? I don't think so. I would bring them back down to NXT and make them have them be a tag team in NXT. This division has potential if it gets rebuilt. The Dusty Classic for the men's was excellent. I loved it. It showed you that NXT can really have a great tag team division when they care about tag team wrestling. Because this is beautiful. I love tag team wrestling. And the way NXT went about with this match was just excellent. This was an excellent match. MSK, they took out Zach Gibson on the outside, and then they hit their double team finisher. They got the win. They're up there celebrating with William Regal. You could just tell the emotion on these guys' faces. This was an excellent men's Dusty Cup finals, and it was probably my favorite match of the night, if we're going to be honest. It's my favorite match of the night, and I'm super over with MSK already, and they've been here for about a month. They're going to be a great tag team to watch in NXT, and you can already tell they're going to have a bright future in NXT, and they're soon to be the tag team champions because they're not losing to Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. So, moving on, we had the Women's Championship with Toni Storm, Mercedes Martinez, and Io Shirai. I think it was pretty easy. I think you could say this was the weakest match of the night. Not saying it was a bad match, by the way. I thought they had a good match, okay? They had a good NXT Women's Championship match. My problem is, number one, the botch where Toni Storm was going to clear the announce table, and clearly she was going for a spot. And then the announce table, if you watch Vic Joseph there, he puts his hand on the announce table to get himself up, and the announce table just collapsed. So that was a huge botch. Someone is getting fired for that one. And then the match was too short. I thought that the match was too short, and right when Io made the pin to Mercedes Martinez, that's when the match was starting to get really good. They ended it too early, I think. And what was it? Toni Storm went for the Storm Zero. Mercedes kicked out, and then she did a diving headbutt onto Mercedes, but she went for the cover, and the referee got there so late. Like, you can tell the referee was waiting for Io Shirai to get on the top rope. He's like staring up, and he's like, oh, okay, let me get to my spot. One, and then Io Shirai does her backflip to Mercedes. It just looked very sloppy to me. It came off very sloppy, but Io hit the moonsault on Mercedes Martinez to retain her NXT Women's Championship. So I thought it was the right move. Io Shirai is just so good that I felt like if you took the title off of her, it would have been too early. I think she can have that title for a couple more months until, you know, if they want to have Toni Storm take it off of her, that's fine with me. Or not, Raquel Gonzalez. If Raquel and Dakota go on to win the women's tag team championships, I think we get a one-on-one match with Toni Storm and Io Shirai whenever that happens, and I think Toni Storm beats her. So, good match. It was just pretty sloppy for me, in my opinion. And they showed highlights from the pre-show, and we're going to talk about some news that happened earlier today. Today was a huge day for NXT with this takeover and the way it turned out. They also signed 2 big free agents. They signed Taya Valkyrie and they signed Eli Drake, who is now going by LA Knight. I don't know if this is a football. I don't know if this is a football league, but the LA Knight sounds like it sounds like a football team. And I don't know who would get over by the name of LA Knight, but if there's anyone that can pull it off, it's Eli. Eli's just he's so good on the microphone. He's charismatic as hell. I think he would be a great heel in NXT. I think he fits like a glove. So I'm excited to see what they do with Eli Drake in the NXT division. And Taya Valkyrie, I mean, Jesus Christ. The NXT women's division is by far not even close. The best women's division in the entire world. And adding Taya Valkyrie to that, I mean, good lord. You have Io, Toni Storm, Mercedes Martinez, Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez, Ember Moon, Shotzi Blackheart, Candice LeRae, Kaden Carter, Casey Catanzaro. It's ridiculous. And Taya Valkyrie now, their women's division is ridiculously stacked. It is ridiculous. To the point where, could you make an argument saying that the AEW tag team division, could you make an argument saying that the NXT women's division is better than the AEW tag team division? I don't know. It's very close. I'm still going to go with the AEW tag team division. But let's talk about the main event. The match that everybody was looking forward to. This was the match I was looking forward to the most. Pete Dunne versus Finn Balor for the NXT Championship. First couple minutes was very technical. You had Pete going after the left arm of Finn Balor, trying to snap the fingers, getting his arm into weird positions. Pete Dunne. And then Finn Balor going after the left leg of Pete and his non-tattoo leg, going after that. And then they did their technical stuff. They broke each other down with their arm and the leg. It was just this match. The pacing was great. The pacing was great in this match. They told a very good story, and this match killed it. This match killed it, and it will go down as an NXT Championship Classic. Pete Dunne hit the bitter end on Finn Balor, very close to pinning him. I actually thought Pete Dunne was going to win that match right there with the bitter end. And then the ending, I loved the ending. Finn hits a reversed, irreverted, like a not the 1916, but he like lifts him up and then gives him an elbow. Pete Dunne kicks out, and he doesn't let go of the fingers of Finn Balor. He continues to break the fingers. He snaps the fingers, but Finn gives him a Pele kick, and then he takes Pete Dunne's mouthpiece. He throws it to the outside. He gives him a drop kick right to the face into a coup de grace. 1916, 1, 2, 3. Finn Balor retained. I think that was the most predictable match of the night, but predictable can be good sometimes, and in this case it was. This match absolutely killed it. If you guys didn't watch this match, you need to go back and watch it. I'm probably gonna have some time to sit down tomorrow and watch this match all over again, because boy, it was an absolute classic. A classic NXT Championship match. But we were not done there. Out came Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch attacking Finn Balor. Pete Dunne was on the attack. They were going after the fingers again. Then the Undisputed Era came out for the save. They ran off Pete Dunne, Oney Lorcan, and Danny Burch. Then Kyle O'Reilly went to help up Finn Balor. He went to help him up. And then Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Finn Balor, they do the Undisputed pose. They did that. And Finn Balor did his, he did his pose. And then, right out of nowhere, I don't think anybody saw this coming. Adam Cole super kicks Finn Balor. Kyle O'Reilly is like, what are you doing? Why would you do that? Adam Cole super kicks Kyle O'Reilly to the mat. And then he walks away. He wants Roddy to go with him, Roderick Strong, and he is just standing there. He doesn't know what to do. He's shocked. He's confused. And that's the way NXT Takeover Vengeance Day goes off the air. Are we seeing the collapse of the Undisputed Era right here in NXT? I honestly think it's long overdue. You knew it was happening. You just didn't know when. I didn't expect it to happen like that, too. Like, when he super kicked him, I was like, whoa, what just happened? I had to sit back, and I was like, what just happened? What did Adam Cole just do to Kyle O'Reilly? It was like that. It was kind of like that moment. Like, I expected it to happen. I think we all did. I did not expect it to happen tonight. I didn't even expect a post-match attack to happen after this match. And if there was going to be one, I thought it was going to be Karrion Kross. I thought it was going to be Karrion Kross attacking Finn Balor, but man, no one saw this coming. I'm excited to see what Adam Cole has to say about this. Is this the end of the Undisputed Era? I think it is. They've been together for about 5 years right now. They have done everything they could together. 3-time NXT Tag Team Champions. Adam Cole was the NXT Champion. Roderick Strong was the North American Champion. Kyle O'Reilly had 2 NXT Championship matches with Finn Balor. I think there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And I think that the Undisputed Era have reached the end of the tunnel, and I think it's time to move on. Why? What does that mean? Does that mean they go their separate ways in NXT? Does that mean Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish, do they stay in NXT and Adam Cole goes up to the main roster by himself? I don't know. I have no idea. We'll just kind of have to sit, watch it all together. We're going to have to watch it all play out. But ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up your NXT Takeover Vengeance Day review tonight on the Big Fight Field channel. This was the best NXT Takeover since the pandemic has started, and it felt like I felt like I was watching the old NXT tonight, and I truly enjoyed myself for 2.5 hours. I hope NXT can carry this momentum into their weekly television shows. And speaking about that, I will be bringing back the NXT weekly television reviews here on the channel probably at the beginning of March. Like the first week of March, I'll be bringing back NXT reviews here on the channel, or I might do on one. Oh, screw it. I might as well bring it back on Thursday. I'll do one Thursday here on the channel, and you guys will get a double upload with that and the Elimination Chamber preview predictions. So that's that. Thank you guys for watching tonight. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button. We just got over 350 subs this week. Thank you for that. We are officially on the road to 400 subscribers, trying to get to that before WrestleMania 37. Comment down below. What are your thoughts about tonight's NXT Takeover Vengeance Day show? I thought it was a perfect NXT Takeover. Hit that like button if you like what you heard from me in the video tonight, and follow me on Twitter at Colin_Joseph, and I will see you tomorrow night for your Monday Night Raw review with a fresh new week of content here on the Big Fight Field channel. So have a good night, guys. Stay safe, and as always, stay classy.